another classic Tour de France memory. I remember being at the bus one day. We were trying to do interviews with you. I reckon it was around 2009 as well. And the stage started with a hill climb. And what riders would tend to do is go out and warm up the pins, Jules. Just particularly if you're a sprinter, you've got to get the legs turning over. And there was one day where I remember you came back to the bus and your bike was in pieces. You had bark off. This is before the stage had started. What happened that day, Jules?
Yeah, well, I used to always shit myself on those days when we're starting up a climb because I'd be the first dude out the hoop. And always had to make a point of going out and doing a good warm-up, So I had my iPod and I was out boxing way up the hill with my headphones in and go through this about 5Ks after the start, go through this little village. I'll just go through the village. And I had my race kit on. I'll go through the village and I'll turn around the other side and come back down. And I've started going up there and I just sort of hear this yelling from the side there. And I sort of look to the side and I see a local policeman, because they have different levels of policemen, but it's sort of a local policeman from the village there sort of yelling at me. And I just sort of keep going, I've got my race numbers on, I've got my kit on, I'm sort of cruising along. And then suddenly the noise is coming closer and closer. And then I see him like launching full speed across the road for me. And he dives at me and tackles me. And then I've gone ass over kite onto the footpath. And I've just sort of gone, frick, what the hell happened there? I was sort of getting up a little bit stunned. I got a bit of skin off and
adrenaline.
Then this cop, then the cops just, by this time, all these French village people have gathered around going, what's going on here? And they're sort of wanting to help me, but knowing that they could be interfering with the force of law, and everyone's just kind of confused. And then the cop starts yelling at me and telling me that, I can't be riding up here, the road's closed, and that I should have been listening to his instructions, and, I better get off the road. And then I'm trying to say, look, I'm with the race, and I'm showing him my race numbers. And then he's grabbed me, and he's like, and then I'm saying, I've got to get back to the start. 20 minutes, I've got to be back at the start. He grabs me, he's like, yeah, you're not going anywhere. And I was like, well, I am going down to the start of the race. So I've had to just lift his arm off and push him away from me so I could get away from him. And then he's just gone over, gone ass over kite. So I've grabbed my bike and I've gone to pick it up, and the wheels are all buckled. I'm like, oh shit, how am I going to get out of here? And as I've pushed this cop, all these people that have gathered around, you just assaulted a police officer, and he's gone ass over.
Not a good start to the stage.
And all these French people have gone, ooh. And I'm just like, and then he's got up and he's like, oh, I'm going to radio the head of the police down there. You're going to be in trouble when you get back down there. So I've just gone, oh no, where's this going to end? So I've picked up the bike and the wheels are all buckled and they're just so I can't even roll back down the hill because the wheels are so rooted. I pedal the fucked up bike down the hill. I get to the bus and I'm expecting when I get there, I'm going to be arrested for assaulting a police officer or something. So I've given the bike to the mechanics and I've gone, oh, can you change the wheels and check the bike for me? And of course the mechanics are going, what happened? What happened? What happened? And I've just gone,
10 grand
don't
damage.
worry about it. I've gone, oh, don't worry about it. Just give me the bike. And I've had to go to Lionel, our French director, and just tell him exactly what's happened, because just trying to front foot it,
Yeah.
And started the stage, and fully expected that when I got to the finish of that stage that I was going to end up having being arrested or charged with assaulting a police officer. But no, the head of the gendarmerie did grab me at the finish of the stage, and he just came up and patted me on the back. He said, oh, no, don't worry about it, mate. It's just the local police.
Draw, mate. Oh, yeah. How was the relief? You would have been shitting yourself when he first come over to you.
Oh, yeah, totally, mate. Because, I mean, for anyone that's been in France, or particularly at the Tour de France, you see the gendarmes, like they don't piss around at the Tour
No,
de France with people. Like if
no.
anyone's out of line, anyone's breaking the rules, whether you be a rider or a spectator, you know, they grab you and they set you straight pretty quick. Yeah.
The worst is when they pull out that little stick out of the back pocket and do that flick motion. It turns into a big skull crusher. That's when you know you've got 5 seconds before shit's going
That's
down.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
So
all's well that ends well, mate.
Yeah. Survived another story, mate. Yeah.